Who could have predicted that a single man walking through an airport, exiting a building, or simply turning his head toward a camera could send shockwaves across international media platforms? And who would have imagined that those footsteps, those glances, and those fleeting moments would ignite millions of conversations online and offline? Before diving deeper into this unfolding global phenomenon, take a moment to reflect on how much power a single presence can hold. And if this story leaves you intrigued or breathless, don't forget to leave your thoughts in the comments, subscribe for more breaking updates, and share the emotion with others who follow the extraordinary journey of V from BTS, because what follows is more than a headline, it is the unraveling of a real-life event that continues to captivate the entire world. In recent months, V of BTS has dominated international news cycles in a way that feels almost cinematic. Every step he takes appears to ignite a new wave of speculation, admiration, and intense media coverage. Some ask whether the world has grown obsessed with him, or whether his influence has simply grown too powerful to contain. Others question if this phenomenon is rooted in the magnetic charm he naturally exudes, or if global media has simply reached a point where every gesture from him becomes a crucial story. Whatever the answer is, one truth remains undeniable: V is rewriting the blueprint of celebrity influence on a global scale. It began with a moment that should have been ordinary. He appeared at an airport in a simple, casual outfit, heading toward his next schedule. And within seconds, cameras erupted, reporters surged, social media exploded, headlines across East Asia, Europe, and the Americas flashed with anticipation, as though expecting a revelation simply from his appearance. Why were they also fixated on him? Was it the mystery surrounding his next project, the unannounced destination, or the possibility of a collaboration? The public had been whispering about 4 months. The questions swirled, multiplying faster than answers could fill them. As V moved through the terminal, his calm demeanor contrasted sharply with the chaos of flash photography and the thunder of footsteps trailing him. News anchors debated his presence. Fans broke down the brand of his jacket, his shoes, even the way he tucked his hair behind his ear. International newspapers described his appearance as a cultural event rather than a typical celebrity sighting. Some commentators argued that no artist since the golden age of global icons had managed to hold such an intense, sustained grip on worldwide media. But with V, this phenomenon seemed almost effortless, as natural as breathing. Why does the world react so intensely to him? Part of the answer lies in the contradiction he embodies. He is gentle yet powerful, mysterious yet deeply expressive, silent yet capable of stirring overwhelming emotions with a single smile. Reporters often try to decode his allure, but their conclusions rarely satisfy the public's hunger for understanding. It is not simply about beauty, talent, or fame. It is the intangible spark he carries, something that defies conventional explanation and therefore becomes irresistible to chase. In the days that followed his airport appearance, international television stations replayed the footage repeatedly. Social platforms surged with discussions, analyses, theories, and interpretations. Some viewers insisted they saw clues in his posture, perhaps a hint that he was preparing for a major announcement. Others argued that the unusual number of security personnel present indicated a confidential project of massive scale. Many thought the clues were hidden in his expression, in the quiet intensity of his eyes, in the slight hesitation as he paused before entering his vehicle. What was he thinking in that moment? Was he hiding a secret? Was he silently preparing for a new chapter that only he knew was coming? Theories multiplied, and global media followed every new thread with relentless curiosity. That's when the real shock arrived. A major European broadcaster released an unexpected segment, declaring V the most influential celebrity movement. Source of the year, they reported that his smallest actions generated headlines at a speed unmatched by any other public figure, surpassing athletes, political leaders, and Hollywood stars combined. They didn't attribute this impact to luck or strategy, but to the sheer magnitude of public interest surrounding him. It was as if the world had collectively decided that V's life was a story they needed to follow. Meanwhile, his fan base seemed to expand daily, pulling viewers into the growing whirlwind of fascination. When he posted a single image on social media, a candid shot, simple and serene, it sent algorithms across platforms into a frenzy. International news outlets rushed to discuss the symbolism of the photo. Was it a hint toward a new album? A silent nod to a brand collaboration? Or a personal expression carrying deeper emotional weight? Some journalists suggested that the image represented his return to a more introspective creative phase, while others speculated that it was connected to a secret event only a handful of insiders knew about. The emotional connection between V and his supporters only intensified with each new appearance. When he stepped onto a stage for the first time after a long hiatus, the world witnessed a moment that pierced the hearts of millions. He paused, breathing in the atmosphere of the venue, and the faint shimmer of emotion flickered in his eyes. Cameras zoomed in, capturing the raw vulnerability that fans had waited so long to see again. It was not just a performance. It was a testimony of resilience, growth, and unspoken longing. Some fans cried watching the live stream. Even veteran journalists admitted they felt a surge of emotion as he stood under the lights, visibly touched by the overwhelming roar of the audience. This emotional intensity became the center of global conversation. Why does he make people feel so deeply? Why does one look from him evoke such strong reactions? Critics and scholars in popular culture attempted to answer, identifying a combination of authenticity, artistry, and emotional intelligence that sets him apart. But fans insisted it was something simple of V makes them feel seen, even from a distance. When he performs, he tells stories not only through words but through expressions that carry layers of sincerity and meaning. His silence speaks as loudly as his voice. His presence alone is enough to anchor an entire room. International media continued to follow his every move, and soon another surprising twist emerged. V had been quietly working on a project that few knew about, something ambitious and innovative. The details remained shrouded in secrecy, but subtle hints began to slip through. A sudden meeting with a renowned filmmaker, a cryptic social post from a luxury fashion house, a brief appearance at a private creative studio known for producing groundbreaking work. Reporters speculated that he was preparing to step into an artistic realm he had never explored publicly before. Fans, exhilarated, began forming theories of their own, convinced that he was on the verge of unveiling something monumental. Each new development pushed the narrative forward, intensifying the global frenzy. What was he planning? Why had he become suddenly elusive? Was he building something bigger than anyone expected? And most importantly, when would he finally reveal the truth? With every new unanswered question, V grew even more captivating to the world. His silence transformed from mystery to magnetism. The less he said, the more loudly his story echoed. But the true climax arrived during what seemed like another ordinary public outing. He stepped out wearing an unexpectedly bold outfit, a striking blend of modern elegance and vintage rebellion. The media instantly labeled it a cultural moment. Fashion critics analyzed the stitching, the cut, the accessories, and even the emotional expression paired with the look. Some declared it a turning point in the year's fashion landscape. Others claimed it was a deliberate message, a sign of a creative evolution, a statement that he was ready to redefine the next era of his artistry. And still, the questions lingered. Why was every action of his woven with such depth? Did he intend to send messages? Or did the world simply find meaning in everything he touched? Was he aware of the impact he carried? Or was he just living his life, unaware that each moment was becoming international history? As the weeks passed, the narrative surrounding him only grew richer, more complex, and more emotionally charged. Interviews with industry insiders hinted at monumental collaborations in progress, projects that could shift the global entertainment landscape. Fans grew increasingly eager. Media outlets crafted theories with breathtaking intensity. And V himself, calm, composed, quietly powerful, continued to move through his days as though unaffected by the global storm swirling around him. But perhaps he did know. Perhaps he understood better than anyone that his journey was meant to be followed, felt, and experienced collectively. Perhaps he realized that his existence had become a living story, one that millions were emotionally invested in. Or perhaps he simply carried a heart too sincere to hide, and the world had naturally gravitated toward its warmth. In the end, the phenomenon remains both a mystery and a truth. BTS has become the artist whose mere presence shapes headlines, whose steps shape conversations, and whose emotions shape the rhythm of global media. His influence is not just cultural, but emotional, a force that continues to move audiences in ways few artists in history ever have. And as the world waits for his next appearance, one question echoes louder than all the others. What will he do next? And how many headlines will he ignite this time? If this story pulled you in, don't forget to share your thoughts, leave a comment, like, and subscribe for deeper updates on B's extraordinary journey. Because this is only the beginning, and the next chapter may shake the world even more.